thank you, Sarah, for your leadership in this panel. What a great way to kind of close our day and our time together. This is a good UN story. We talked this morning about the fact that one part of UNA's job is to tell the good work and the impact of the UN, and this goes all the way up to the Secretary General. I think many of you know he's appointed more women to top leadership positions than any other Secretary General. And given his background, he's just been elected to a second term. He's hitting his stride, but his tenure has really been framed under not his foreign service background as a diplomat, but really his personal experience. I heard a story last week about how, as a child, he would go to birthing tents with his mother, and he'd observe these women come in, and they'd take their shoes off, and they'd stare at their shoes for the longest time. Have you heard the story? And so after a while, he asked his mother, "Why are they doing this?" And she said to him, "It's because it might be the last time they ever see their shoes, because they'll die during childbirth." And so there are a number of initiatives that he's taken on, a number of priorities he's made his tenure that I think people would not have expected when he took over. In addition to his leadership positions, he's obviously created UN Women, the initiative Every Woman, Every Child. And so these are good stories, good messages to carry back to your communities that extends beyond 1325 and its historical and now current implementation here in the United States. And then UNA USA, last week, International Women's Day, we had 40 chapters do 45 events around the country. I was with Senator Worth in Dallas. They had a room teeming with people who were excited to be there to hear him speak, but also to celebrate the role and impact of women both in the U.S. and abroad. So I think we've got a lot to talk about here. And then just to add on about UNA Women, which we announced last week on Women's Day, this is an affinity group of UNA USA. This is a new group for members of UNA to join and participate in this dialogue. It's going to take many different forms and fashions. We'll meet in person, virtually, on the phone, lots of different things that are coming. We have an idea here over the next couple weeks. If you go to our website, unausa.org/women, you can find more information about that. Again, I want to thank Dr. Brimmer for her time, terrific insights, and straight answers to the questions. I always like that. We didn't get a lot of dancing. And then let me just wrap up with a couple of other points. I think we've talked about the important voice on the Hill, and I challenge the chapter leaders here to look at how you bring your voice and the UN's voice to your community. UNA USA has been challenged over the last couple of years as it's transforming itself, now a partner in a program of the UN Foundation. Our chapters will be revitalizing itself. And so we're not done at the national level. This is an evolution, not a revolution. We know it's going to take years to do this, and we know it'll happen even at the grassroots at a similar pace. But I challenge you to use the urgency that the UN works in Haiti, in Africa, in the Middle East. Take that to your chapter, talk about those stories, engage people. This morning I was talking to some folks about, how do we get to young professionals? Well, let's figure out a strategy, let's figure out the right partnerships, but let's move, let's start to take some action. We need the chapters to be aggressive about this and have the urgency.